Uncensored, starring Andrea Jensen. Please welcome Andrea Jensen.
Thank you. I apologize for starting a little bit late. I was trying to hustle and put my deodorant on. I couldn't find any, and the kids were downstairs in the van in the garage, and it was running, and their cries are getting quieter, so chop, chop. It's tough. I have HEPA filters in their crates and everything, but still, Yeah. Don't worry, they're tall enough for them to stand up and turn around. That's good. So I'm upstairs and I'm trying to find some deodorant. Trying to find deodorant is what I'm finding. And I look in my drawer and my deodorant had gone concave. It had gone concave. I used to have deodorant. I had deodorant yesterday, and some sort of pit stick pilfering pixie went in my drawer and ate my pit stick. What am I supposed to do now? Am I supposed to like puff my armpit out so like I'm chalking a Q? What am I supposed to do? I look at it, I'm like, I think I can get an angle on this right here. I think I can get an angle just like when the space shuttle's re-entering the atmosphere. If I get just the right angle, I go to put it on, and as it goes on, the plastic side scrapes it off like a squeegee. It's like on, off, on, off, on, off. And I don't know whether they're trying to bruise the pores that create the sweat so hideously they cease to function, or whether they're just gonna scrape them off. So like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I went, oh, I know what I could do. I think I could roll it up, right? Just a little bit more, just a bit, right? Like Harrison Ford exchanging some sort of Mayan, I'm gonna roll it up a little bit. What happens? What happens? I roll it up, what happens, huh? All over the floor. I know. Damn. So I go get it, and my dog comes in and eats it, and I'm like, well, you're gonna get dry mouth? Ah, fuck it, he won't bark. Good. I pick up the last little bit, and it's like this little crayon-shaped thing, and I'm like, all right, little buddy. All right, little crayon. I'm gonna draw on my pits, and we're gonna be socially acceptable today. But I know I can only get so much out of this crayon, so I figure if I plan ahead with a pen, like a plastic surgeon, I can get 2 pits out of this, right? So I go to draw it. I figure if it's like mowing the lawn, skipping every other row, I can get 2 pits out of it. And at this point, the kids' cries have quieted down completely, so I can finally focus. So I'm like, here goes, ready? I go to do it, gone. It's gone in 1 pit. It's one of my, I try to scrape some out from underneath my nail to do the other one, and now I can't. Now, what am I supposed to do? I only have 1 pit done. Am I supposed to go into work and fake some sort of palsy? Am I supposed to, like, can you get the photocopier for me? Could you just, what if you just, I can't do that. I can't. I'm an East Coast woman. We flap when I talk. I have to have both arms done. Have you seen us? We flap. We're like flightless birds. We're like chickens or the New Zealand Kiwis or something. We have to flap. We're all huge women from eating squares from the United Church Women's Cookbook, and if we don't flap, the whole province went right into the Atlantic. Come on, Bertha! Come on! That's why they gave large, older women the flap, the underneath the scrotum. That's why they gave that. It's for lift. So it's 4. So, okay, I don't get mine. I'm like, then I run out of my deodorant. What do you do when you run out of your deodorant? You go into the husband's drawer, right? And don't lie. There's been a bunch of you that have skipped into your wife's drawer and gone to work with a lilac pit. Don't lie. Don't lie. You can all be tough, cute guys, but you've gone to work one day going, you know what? Who is this neighborhood's newest Avon representative? Let's have a potluck Friday. It's beautiful. It'll be beautiful. So I'm going to get the deodorant out of my husband's drawer, but it's not there because he's a computer geek, so he's off at some convention. I'm not entirely certain about what he does, but he earns a lot of money, and I have no gag reflex, and I like shoes, so we've worked out a bit of an Excel spreadsheet for together. So he's awesome. He's a computer geek. Do you know how you talk sexy to a computer geek? That's how I talk dirty to him. I lean in and I go, 1011 1011 3.1415. And he's like, which means mount me in Klingon and it's go time. Yeah. We conceived all of our children to the original fight music from Star Trek. It's hot, it's very sexy. So I look in his drawer and he has some like emergency deodorant in the back that my parents gave to him for like Christmas in his stocking, right? They live in rural Ontario. They get all their stuff from the Stedmans 5 and Dime, who does most of their stocking from estate sales in the greater Vernon region. So if Linda dies, next week there's gonna be a sale on sweaters with the letter L in the back, right? So I take it out and it's Old Spice, but it's so old it's spelled A-U-L-D-E. It's that old. So I said, well, it's either that or I'm gonna be stinky, so I'll put some deodorant. But I take it out and it's this wide, like man stick is this wide. Then I figured out men have been overestimating body part sizes for like ages, right? Like, how big's your pit? Oh, I haven't found a woman can hug this yet. No, sir. No, sir, right here. I go to put it on. I'm laminated right to the ribs. I'm laminated shut. But it's got like depleted uranium. It's like one of its ingredients, and it's starting to do weird, like grandpa shit to me. Like weird stuff starts happening. Like I pull my pants up over my tits, and I start bitching about my lawn and reading the obituary to see if I know anybody, you know. So I said, that's it. I gotta go out and get some more deodorant. So I go downstairs, crack a window. The kids' vitals come up pretty good, right? So I'm gonna head out to the east end of where I'm from, Ottawa, the city always sleeps. That's where they keep all of the French people. And we go out there and I go to a Walmart, but they've got the mega Walmart now, hey? Not just regular Walmart, it's got regular Walmart, grocery Walmart. It's got a cornfield and a outpatient plastic surgery area and just a small section of Porter Airlines in through the back, just for the McDonald's drive-thru. It's awesome. It's the only other thing you can see from like Bing Maps outer space other than the Great Wall of China. It's huge. So I go in, I said, it's gonna take me a fair bit to get in there, so I think I'm probably gonna have to give my kids Gravol, because it gives me about 6 hours of mommy shopping, you know? Yeah. So in I go, and I find the deodorant section, and it's like a kilometer long, and I don't know where to begin. And the men's section is very small, because you guys get red stripe, and if you're on a red stripe, you get blue stripe. But you don't even know the names of them. They have great names. Guys, deodorants, they got like Manly Mountain and Testosterone Terrain and Scrotal Springs, you know, like fuzzy, good names, man names. The deodorant aisle's this wide, so they fit one deodorant on it, right? But the girls' aisle's different. We don't just buy, women, we have an emotional relationship with our deodorant, right? You go by smell, like a buffet. Like a buffet, right? And it comes to mean something to you spiritually. So I'm surfing along. I like a little apple blossom in my pits from time to time, particularly in the spring. I run out on Facebook. Swear to God, there was a group from Brampton getting a bus together from women to get the last case of apple blossom in Markham. They're like, that's it! Everybody on the bus! To Wanda! You know, like. So you gotta smell each of them. You gotta smell each of them and see what you think. So I take the lid off one. I'm like, what's that? That's baby powder. You always start with baby powder. It's like a Chardonnay at a wine tasting. It's how you set your base level, right? I'm like, what's baby powder? Yeah. I lost my virginity to that. Don't want to be disappointed twice. That didn't last long. So this one. And then I found one called Morning Serenity. Serenity comes in a stick? Forget religion and philosophy. I found a path to God for less than $5 in aisle 5. Salvation is mine. But I don't need morning serenity. I don't get up real well in the morning. I have VSS, Velcro sheet syndrome. I just can't get my arse out of bed. I can't. It sticks. I can't. I don't need morning serenity. I need one called more like, get up, get up, get up! But it doesn't fit on the label real easy. And it has paprika in it, which makes me blister some. And then I found mango, and I like mango, but then I realized a universal truth. This is in a winter season, and I think I realized that a fruity pit is a summer pit. Am I right, ladies? Right? A spicy pit's a winter pit. You can't have a fruity pit unless you're vacationing. Then I find vanilla chai. Wow. So my armpits, there you go, gift with purchase. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's awesome. Now my pits smell like the whole baked goods section at Starbucks, right? And for a fat broad on a diet, it's nirvana and joy. I love it. I love it. Okay? I love it. I'm at work. What are you doing? Snacking. That's what I want for snack commercials. Not that one where that skinny lady in a commercial in a red dress, she's like, well, no, I get snacking and they have donuts at lunch and in the office. I use my Special K. And her gay friend goes, girl, you invented Special K. I want me. I want large women from the East Coast that have embarrassing middle names named after their great aunt. I'm like, Bertha, you're in. Give her a lick. Come on in. Come on in. Don't worry, it's a hot day. I have some under here, too. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Go on. Don't judge me, guys. I've seen you on a hot day. You ever see a woman complaining about boobs sticking to the inside of her arm? You never see her adjusting like you do. I like to feel groomed as a woman tonight. Like I got quite groomed. I got all made up and everything. I like to feel sexy as a Who feels sexy as a Canadian? Wow. Like, shut up. You're all just clapping because you're on camera. That's not it. You're all clapping. Someone's clapping. Everyone, come Canadian lemmings off to the committee. Nowhere. Don't anybody wear anything scented. It's bad. Go. It's not. I think our national average is 1.8% feel sexy. That's fine. I just don't think we're known internationally as sexy. I think we're known more as drunk and polite. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, right? And I'll tell you what's hot, my Canuckers. I'll tell you what's hot. You try to strip a Canadian in February during skidoo season. Oh, yeah. That's 6 hours of cardiovascular wonderland. That's hot. That's more like, first I'm gonna grab you in back behind your Sorel boot with my Gore-Tex glove. And I'm gonna pull real hard to both the boot and the liner come off. Spilling salty slush all over my thin-solate snow pants. And then I'm gonna grab you by the mitten. I'm gonna pull real hard till the string activates the other mitten. Whistling through your parka, caressing the sweaty spot in the small of your back in your dual fold long underwear by Lifa. Then I'm gonna rub you right here in your scarf till the snot thaws, and then I'm gonna kiss ya! That's a sexy Canadian, don't lie, that's hot. That is. That is. I wish we were sexier. I wish there's someone, in the south of France that thinks that, like, Canadian chicks are hot. I hope somewhere they're like, oh, yes. The Canadian women are found so sexually attractive. Yeah. The way they can put on 30, 40 pounds in the winter and never shave their legs. Oh, yeah. Dressing so erotically in their Northern Reflections pants from 1986 that pull up to here with enough camel toe for an entire Saudi Arabian harem. Yes. Or as they call it in the North, moose knuckle. Oh, wait. That's sexy as a Canadian. Sexy. As a good Canadian, too, I learned my French in high school, right? You guys learned your French in high school. Mine is in the 80s. I had bangs like this. Bangs. Do you remember these? I had skinny hair, so I just sort of a row. I was a hoe in high school. I don't mean sleazy. I mean I was a gardening implement. All our carrots had blue mascara on them. All of them. Mine was called the Vive le Français French system, and it came with a cahier. I like to call it the Yippee cahier, because it was so much fun. And La Cassette for Le Magnétophone, right? And every lesson would start with a little tune. You press play, and it would go, that's it, note for note, I swear to God, hey? And Captain Suave would come out and go, bonjour. Bienvenue à Vive le Français. Allons niveau 2 exorcisme pamplemousse. Question 1. And I'm like, you know what? Don't tell me French. Don't tell me. My dad's from New Brunswick. I speak French, okay? He went to trade school in Moncton. Take that, Francais. Ready? Move le truc-la. You're welcome. There you go. Then there's the imperatif. Move le truc-la, goddammit. Huh? Okay. It's true. I did a comedy festival in Moncton. Not to brag. And I was in... using my Tim Hortons lunch certificates, not to brag. Swear to God, the guy behind me in Moncton passes around because it was his turn to have the town tooth because he had something to say. And I quote, in Moncton French, swear to God, he says behind me, ben, hier soir, j'étais complètement wasted, puis j'ai fait une vomit number 7, là. Oh. Frightening. So this isn't the French you learn in high school. It's like roller coaster French. They're like, vous allez au centre d'achat. Répétez. And that répétez would linger. It would linger in the air like a fart in a snowsuit. Linger. You had like 30 seconds to barf that stuff back before they cut you off with what? What they cut you off with, huh? Boop. Right? Boop. Everything I said for 5 years in French ended in boop. So I'm like, wait. I know what, Miss Smartsky and Hutch. I betcha the French people just pronounce their punctuation. Huh? That's right. Yeah. And I'm from Ottawa, the city that always sleeps, right? That's what we call the big O. Right? So it's a Sunday night, and I'm missing my supplies, which is man magazines and liquor, right? So what I do is I just cross the river and I go over to the province, to Quebec, the province, sleep with anybody. I go right across there, right? And I go over there and I get my supplies and I come back and I stop at a McDonald's on the Quebec side on purpose to practice French for my frère et sœur, right? So I walk into McDonald's and I go, oui, je voudrais un Big Mac. Boop. Huh? Who's the loser now? Huh? I had to learn Spanish too. I've gotten a Latin American mother-in-law. And she is from Colombia, so I do have a shipment of flour available on my website for you make a lot more money than you do with the entertainment book, especially if you cut it with like icing sugar, right? Productivity skyrocketed. So that's what I'm saying. So she would come up and visit us, and she would never, like a social visit, she was up for like a conception cheerleader, you know? She'd be up and go, you know, Andrea, you and Carlos have been married for 4 years and still you don't have any babies. Can't he find your vagina? What? Come on, you know, if you two are feeling the hornsy, I want to go up these stairs with Omega says. You go ahead. I'll just stand outside the door and sing Barry White tunes to put you in the mood. Don't know what. Andrea, keep a pelvis stitches so that your cervix is planted more firmly in the intervagino seminal pool. No. That's why I had to take Spanish so I could tell the woman to vete carajo sale la casa por inmigración, which means get the hell out of my house woman before I call immigration. Yeah. Boop. Right there, yeah. Repete, puta. I shouldn't be talking about my in-laws. My family's nuts. They're all from New Brunswick. I love them. I love them very much. I had my wedding, and they all came up and they called me the city girl, right? The city girl. And they all come up to my wedding, and they come out in plaster rock style as my Aunt Ida and Uncle Herman. That's their real names for real. And they come up and they have, she's wearing plaster rock chic, which is like a fabric floral skirt, hey, from fabric she ordered from the Sears catalog outlet, which is attached to the Anglican Church in Bingo, right? And then all of a sudden, it's on pajama elastic. What's that, Andrew? Pajama elastic. Why? Because it's her buffet skirt, right? It's got to move. And then, honest to God, she actually puts fishing weights in the hem of it. So, God forbid there be a sudden gale and it blow up, nobody will see her bird, right? Nana Ida's a big lady. It's more of a, you know, a condor than a sparrow. Uncle Herman comes trotting in. He's got his Kiwanis vest on, right? Kiwanis vest. And I'll have you know, he can call bingo anytime he wants in that entire Tobic Valley region. I come from royalty, so pay some respect to me, right? He has enough regalia on to hide his man boobs as he jingles in, and she goes, Andrea, I don't know how much you paid for this Jeesley city photographer. Herman, get the camera. My uncle jingles back, and he comes back with a camera with Magic Cube flash cubes. She made it made in Chernobyl. You know, they're like, she took pictures of everything, bleaching everything out. Like, I used to be an African-American woman, I was. But just being this white, Andrea would just cause less questions, you know, So she's taking pictures of everything, and it's time to get down because she's requested Bad Bad, Leroy Brown's her favorite song that she conceived all 12 of her children to in the Dodge Ram. Ironic name for the car. So she is dancing. All of a sudden, she passes out. We know it's her, what with the jingling of the weights in her skirt against the parquet, right? And there it is. So she goes, oh, geez, Herman, I got the worst headache. And they actually, swear to God, then the ambulance comes in, takes, now I'm not the only person in white. They take her out. I don't see her till the next day at the gift opening, right? She comes up wrapped up like the English patient, all wrapped up in gauze, but still with her crystal letter I from Avon, because just because you're injured doesn't mean you don't have to accessorize, right? And she comes in and I said, what's wrong? What happened? She goes, look at this, look. Second-degree burns. What happened? Turns out I had the camera backwards the whole day. Can you believe? And she still brought the pictures like blister priest, blister cake, blister. It's a proud people I come from. It's a proud people. I was a high school teacher for years, and I actually marked some of those literacy tests as my favorite. See if you can think like a grade 9 student now. They were talking about heroes in technology. Okay, think like a grade 9 student. Who invented the telephone? Are you ready? You ready? Billy Graham. There you go, Billy Graham. It's Billy Graham, the original televangelist, trying to get a hold of God, got Doug next door and says, I think there's money in it. I'm gonna get a blue polyester suit. The other one, ready? Who invented the automobile? According to grade 9s, who invented the automobile? Harrison Ford. That's right, Harrison Ford. True story. So anyways, from much coaching from my mother-in-law, she would have helped us if we could. We did have kids. I got pregnant. It's great. Weird things happen. I remember in high school, they used to say, you know what? If you can fit a pencil under your breast and it stays, that means your boobs are saggy. You know what I have now? All the cedar for our wraparound deck. All of it. Still have a Rona receipt in my armpit. All of it. Didn't fit in the van. Put it under here. It's awesome. My husband's excited. He says, ooh, I hear when you get pregnant, your boobs get really big. But he's never going to touch them. They hurt. It's like, I don't know, it's like a donkey kicked you in the boobs while you're sleeping. It's awful. I woke up in the morning and went, oh, God, I'm going to have to blink. It's brutal. They grew huge, but not normal huge. They grew fast, like corn in August. You could hear them. They're like huge and veiny, like that plant from the Little Shop of Horrors. You know, feed me, Seymour. Brutal. They used to be nice things to fill out sweaters, and I suddenly became just a simian with glands. This kid who used to be in my class, she's like, well, I gotta leave because I gotta put some polysporin because I got my nipples pierced and it really hurt. That didn't hurt. I'll tell you what hurt. By the time I'm done with all this breeding, I've had 2 kids. It'll be 3 years they're breastfeeding. I'll tell you pain. I'll tell you what. You try to breastfeed a 2-year-old with a cold who's teething, and they sneeze. Oh, they're like Mexican saddle leather now. They're sturdy. We're locked in the house some February night. My husband's going, well, where's the keys? I'm like, shh. Quiet the kid down. What? Shh. Go ahead. Go inside. Just cut right through the glass. Yes, sir. And I was pregnant. I got stretch marks, but I was good till about my 4th month. And in my 4th month, it hit me like a pebble hit my windshield, just right across me. You know that? It's brutal. And you can't fix that with Apple Auto Glass. Just leaves a hickey. It does. But, haven't been a teacher before. I try to use a negative for positive. It's a learning moment, right? So they're like, hey, Andrea, how you getting up from your comedy now back up to Ottawa? And I went, oh, right from here downtown. Let me show you what. I'll show you right here. I'll show you right here. Come over here to the Don Valley Parkway, up through to the 401 to the 416. Don't go too far. You might end up in the Parliament buildings, just in this area. There might be some assholes in this region. Just smells like Hamilton. Just here. That's tough. I saw something. You have to do this to look at my ass. I'm sorry. I apologize. Having been pregnant, I used to live downtown, and I thought I was desperately hip. I thought I was very hip. I lived right near a bus station. Hey, that's hot. No, it isn't. And I came back and I was like uber pregnant. I was like 8 months times 12 large. And I came back to my house and people came out of my alleyway. One should have a lawn, not an alleyway, by the way. And this man and woman came out and went zoop, zipped up, came on. And then she says to me, so as to make me feel better, don't worry, we were just peeing. Don't worry, we were just urinating on your property. And I'm a little naive being an East Coast girl. My Colombian husband, his nostrils flare out like this so he can drink in their scent and kill them later, I'm so naive, I tiptoe next door in my pregnosity and I pull up a needle going, oh, I think she's diabetic, lady. It's terrible. My husband goes, that's it, we're moving to the suburbs, that's it. So we move out to the suburbs and we had to get a minivan. It's a law. I'm like, why? I give up all my coolness. I have to get a minivan. Then I realized it's the only place you can have sex without being interrupted by your children. It is. You go through any like soccer mom crescent, you go through and you're going to hear all the way through. It is. It's the only place because my husband and I, once we had kids, we're trying to keep the magic alive. On some Saturday, the foreplay was done. We'd folded the laundry. Yeah. Like a crisp trifold on a towel to make me ready to rock, And we had 15 minutes before the kid wakes up. And this is how you spell foreplay. As like having young kids. This is how you spell foreplay. Ready? K-Y. Grease it up and get it in. That's it. That's how. You know what? You don't have time for soup and crackers. Do you want the soup? Crackers? Good. Let's skip to the soup. Give me the crackers, right? Let's skip to it. So there I am, high atop Mount Carlo, says God has ordained me, allowed to be a little afternoon delight, taking care of my, marital rights, when I hear behind me, Mommy? And I try not to panic, because a friend of mine breeds dogs, and when they get nervous in the summer, they stick together when they're breeding. I don't want someone to have to, take a hose to me, and I also... body's beautiful, natural thing. Body's beautiful, natural thing. So I try to, oh, hi, Mom and Dad are just having special cuddles. Hey. What can I do for you, sweetie? And she goes, Mama, can I put horsey on Papa too? Okay. So I'm like, yeah, giddy up, okay. What am I gonna do? So I decide to, I dismounted my steed. I'm like, well, let Daddy finish that ride off on his own and get you a sippy cup and go downstairs and see if Dora finally gets killed today. Let's go. So that's why you have a minivan, because you can lock the garage, lock the door, and go into the van, but you want to make sure the next day to change over the DVD, because you can't have them go, Mommy, why are Barbie and Ken angry and grunting? You're like, oh, sorry. Sorry about that. My toy's not working. I'll get your batteries another time, baby. Sorry. The things you find out as a married gal, I found out there's a whole underwear regimen for gentlemen. There's underwear choices. I didn't know. I thought you were just born circumcised, uncircumcised, briefs, boxers. I thought it just sort of came out whether you were Jewish or Christian. I had no idea what you were going to do. But I found out guys like to wear boxers when they're just hanging out, ironically, right? And you wear briefs when you play sports because you only want the one ball in play, and best if it's not like biologically attached to you, right? So I love that. But women, it's easier. When we put on our underwear, there's a shunk shunk, there's a plie. Like we all took ballet for 3 weeks at the Y, right? Well, our little shunk shunk. Unless you do it, you shouldn't floss back there. It's wrong. You shouldn't. It's wrong. If you've got plaque there, don't brush. It's wrong. It's terrible they're wearing this. But man, my husband one day decided he's going to go play squash, which is what he has to do to himself to get into the brief. So I'm like, yay. So I pack a snack and bring up the webcam, right? So he says, all right. And he goes to put on his underwear. And I love you, man. You're strong and you're strong. But you're not flexible or delicate or graceful in any way. So we installed a rail. So when he puts one foot in, he can put the other one in without hopping all over the house, knocking over the furniture. Like he hops, he gets the two of them like this, and then you think it was just like shunk shunk, like for the women, like shunk shunk, cash or chart, like shunk shunk. No, for men, there's a centering process, kind of like when you're going to drop a water balloon in an apartment below. You've got to wait until just the right moment to land. So there's like a hovering, and that's not it yet. But then there's like a shuffling and an adjustment, and they're like daylight savings times. Well, shit, I gotta go to the left now. And they're like, and always at the end, every guy, there's always like a shake at the end, like you know, when my aunt puts a Jell-O mold into the fridge so the bubbles don't settle around the fruit, you know. Takes 10, 15 minutes to pack it just right. And I love coming up to him going, Fern, he's like, I'm gonna start again! Didn't have the heart to tell him he was actually wearing my panties. I just didn't. I did. Little lace inset with bitch on the wire. Didn't come home for a long time after squash that night. And you men are all at different ages, and I'm just speaking as a married woman now that I have knowledge. Some of you are very young. Some of you in your pizza years, and you're in your IKEA years, but some of you are firmly in your Canadian Tire years, right? And I love that. But we spoke to the women ahead of time, and I think I'm speaking for the women in the room if I could say, men, as you get a little older and you head out to the Canadian Tire on a Sunday in track pants, if you could just really wear some briefs, we'd really appreciate it. Hey, ladies? Yeah, high five. For sure, it is. I don't want to be walking down the Martha Stewart aisle and all I see coming at me is dun-da-diddle, dun-da-diddle, dun-da-diddle. Quick, GP, they've got Hammy. I tried to get ready for when I had a baby. I was like super duper pregnant in the suburbs, and I was overdue, and I phoned my mom and I said, well, Mom, what should I do? She says, have you prepared yourself? And I said, well, I got my bag packed. No, have you prepared yourself? I said, well, what do you mean? She says, well, back in the day, they used to give us the shave, the big shave, the saddle shave, right from the horn to the tail, all the way through. They did. She said, that's why there were less C-sections back then, because they had nothing to hang on to change their minds. Right? Just... Kids are now like, yeah, screw it. I'm waiting for the forceps. So I love you, and all you nurses out there, I love you very much, but you're overworked, and they put crazy shifts at you. You're not coming at me at 2 a.m. after a double shift with a shitty razor, like sort of clear-cutting this area, you know, like between contractions. I don't believe in clear-cutting in any area, and if I have to, like, chain a woman in granola onto the front of myself, I will. Don't. No clear-cutting at all here. I don't want that. I can research. I'm a university-educated woman. So I decide I'm going to watch some Tyra. Right? And Tyra talks about a key cat wax. Key cats. I love key cats. They frolic and they sell toilet paper, which is probably like a really awesome deal, you know? So I thought, yeah, I'll get a kitty cat wax. So I'm going to head off to my salon. I said, I'm Andrea Jensen. I'm here at 10:15 for my kitty cat wax. And they said, kitty cat, what do you mean? I said, meow. And she's like, oh, that's Brazilian wax. And I'm like, oh, I hear those really, really hurt. And she's like, yeah, oh, yeah, they do. They do. I said, okay, well, I can do this, right? So I went over and I sat in the chair, and my normal chair, right, and where I get my hair done, and I pop up, I go to put my foot up, and they're like, oh, Jesus, no, we don't do them out here. You know, they don't. You can't do it out here in your regular chair. Some poor little kid, Johnny's getting his hair cut for the first time, and he looks over and goes, I like show tunes. No, you have to go into the back where the shitty flooring is. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I get up and I waddle in all my pregnosity towards the back, and you hear, dead bush, walk in. I just waddle, waddle, waddle. I make it to the back room to where there's like an IKEA curtain, and I find Fräulein Bunt of the SS. This masochistic bitch comes in and lie down. I lie down and on this like dental type chair, and luckily the manacles weren't working that day, and then she goes over to the corner of the room where there's a volcano where lava from Satan's ulcer is bubbling out. And she fills like a smelting cup, like the one you melt jewelry in CSI, you know? Fills a smelting cup with tongs and comes over with her one good aluminum leg and comes towards me, nods down like a hood, like in Flashdance, like the welding helmet, like this. And just runs that, finds anything pink and fuzzy, and douses it with lava, douses it, swats a Kleenex onto it, so it's stuck together. So now I'm one dimension, I'm unremarkable, like Barbie from front to back. Way through, I'm like, wait, stop. I said, wait, there's gotta be a good side to this. I thought maybe when she pulls it off, maybe the baby will come out too. Maybe sort of like the same concept as the Biore nose strip, you know, like takes the black head out, you know, so I thought, wait a minute. And then she goes, no, it's gonna be awesome. So it's gonna hurt a little bit, you're gonna really like this, Andrea. And she goes to put her foot up on the inside of my thigh for leverage. And I'm a Danish woman, and yes, I am a real blonde. I'm tired of people looking at me. I'm tired of blonde people coming up to you going, oh, are you a real blonde? Oh, really? Does the carpet match the drapes? The cuffs match the collar? Do you know what I say to them? When they ask that? I say this, you know what? I don't have carpet anymore. I had it taken out. I had laminate put in. It's just easier to keep clean. Now give me that Swiffer. I'll be ready in 5 minutes. So she puts her foot up in the inside of my thigh. I'm a Danish woman. I have like 4 body hairs that rotate around on a work-to-rule socialized basis, you know? Like, it's not even carpet. It's like a bath mat from IKEA from the as-is section, like I caught in the escalator, you know? She goes, you're gonna love it. Wait, Andrea, wait, I'm gonna do this. Got her foot on the inside of my thigh. 1, 2, I should say ein, 2. And she rips it off and swats her bare nudie hand right over my kitty cat, so it won't scream and warn the others. Bad kitty. I get up and I push my skirt back down, which I didn't need to because I started to chew a hole through it out of fear. I pushed it down and I'm bleeding from my nose and my eyes are watering. I'm like, I want the epidural now! I want it now! I stake her out, and through my blurred vision, she's coming at me with something shiny, and I thought, oh, maybe it's like the dentist, because the last time I got something ripped out and it hurt, it was a tooth, and I got a prize, right? She went at me with something shiny. I said, what are those? She goes, oh, they're tweezers. I said, what are you gonna do? She says, I missed a few. Well, I fucked off your survivors. If you do that, my David Suzuki tattoo won't have his goatee. Save the beat. So we did have the kid eventually. We did have it, and ended up having an emergency C-section. The guy comes into his room and he goes, I know your birth plan is like super duper important. I'm like, birth plan? I said, I want it outside of me and not on YouTube. That's it. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. I don't want to be a t-shirt. That's fine. Get it out. So we get it out. baby comes out, it has fingers and hands, and it's human, and that's good. And I'm exhausted. They call it the fog. There's no time to even think, or you even get time to go pee. You just leak out your eye and dab and avoid fiber, you know? Like, I'm exhausted. And we go off to the doctor for the checkup. He gives me a little checker. He's like, nice wax. I'm like, I don't recommend it. Says, you guys are go ahead, you know, red light, green light, go! Have some marital relations. Go ahead, you guys. Marital relations, my husband says, that's sex. And he goes, wow, that's great. And you're like, you know what? I don't know if you've ever had a cut, but you never want to take the Band-Aid off and poke it, you know? So I'm not looking forward to this. So we tried one time, and we were so exhausted. True story, we fell asleep in the middle of it. I swear to me, in the middle, both of us woke up like, was it good? It was brutal. It's terrible. So I thought, no, Andrea Jensen, no, you're a Danish Canadian sex panther is what you are. Yeah, right? Like Dr. Phil says, plan to have sex or plan not to. And I'm like, yeah. Ready? Here's my Danish Canadian sex panther. Ready? Arr. Here's right around this side. Arr. That's it. It's a cold country. We put our mittens back on after that. So I decide I'm gonna seduce him, right? The ball is in my court or both. I don't know. So I'm all sexy and I slink down the stairs dressed all sexy in my SpongeBob square pants, flannel jammy bottoms, and a sports bra. But I stopped and I adjusted my boobs back into 2. You know what happens? You ever get the uniboob? You ever just get one? I did. I stopped and I adjusted them back into 2, and I made sure my nipples were pointing in the same direction. So, in case I got like excited or something, it wouldn't be disconcerting. And I decide I'm gonna seduce him, right? I decide I'm gonna slink down the stairs and I look at him and he's all steamy in the kitchen in the bottle sanitizer and he's wearing my Pretty Pony flannel jammy bottoms and also a sports bra because it was the only thing clean in the house at the time, right? And we drop gloves and we run into the living room in the middle of 52 Cheerios and half a cheese slice from snack time. We drop and just bang flannel like 2 good Canadians. Lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off, with only Tiggy Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe as the witnesses to our raw passion. It was awesome. It was like the best 2.3 minutes of 2005. It was hot. I knew it was good too because he's crying. I knew he's crying because he had a little Cheerio stuck right here in his eye. It's a beautiful moment. Something weird happened. I found out after you have kids, your hormones get real weird and screwy, right? So I found out the same hormone that was like, oh, my baby's crying. I must make some milk. Is very similar. Don't get ahead of me. Very similar to, yeah, Daddy, that's the spot. Don't stop. So at the moment of joy, I accidentally became a bit of a horizontal latte. I did. I accidentally squirted him right in the eye. Which makes us about even. That makes us about square. Hey, ladies, come on! Swallow! Come on! Thank you. I'm Andrea Jensen. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Jensen.